Hola, 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 everyone. Greetings, 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 greetings. Um, how is everyone on this wonderful Wednesday? If you woke up, it's wonderful. If you opened your eyes, uh, hope everybody's good. I hope you're safe. I hope you're hydrated. Um, I'm showing my muscles here, my muscles. This shirt that I'm wearing, this blouse, I cut the sleeves off because, um, well, clothing tends to be made using very narrow types of patterns, and well, I'm athletic and muscular, and I don't like. I like to have the. I need to have that flexibility. Some people are very comfortable with everything crunched tight. I've always been sensitive to like sensory. Anyway, I never liked it. Even as a kid, I was always doing this. And I was like, what are you doing? What do you think? You're fighting? You're boxing? I was like, I just don't like that. Plus, I was always athletic. So, anyway. But, how's everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday? Um, this is my hair natural. I'm trying to get myself situated correcto. Um, I have no heat, no oil, nothing in my hair. It's just, well, it's got a mind of its own, I can tell you that. But I hope everybody's doing great. My eyeglasses are really cloudy and foggy. Um, I still have this chronic mucus condition, which is actually, it's called meibomian gland disorder. And if, for anyone who watches my channel, if you start to notice like a lot of like dry eye, chronic dry eye, that is the meibomian gland in your eye starting to slowly break down. Start to be very aware of your diet as far as your sugar and your fat intake, because um, this then turned into cataracts, the development of cataracts. Now, I don't know if that applies to everyone's ophthalmological journey, but for me, this is what has happened. So, I will say this: when I started having the floaters, which started like 15 years ago, I would get like these little spots, and I'd be like, wow, wow, am I seeing flashes? Like, it was just a weird thing. So anyway, um, that is the breaking down of the the meibomian gland, and that's also part of your cholesterol. So just be aware. Just be aware. I don't come on here and talk just to talk, to hear myself talk. I know what I'm talking about, and well, you can surmise for your own. But other than that, hope everyone's doing good. Okay. Karen, but not bowling. Okay. All right. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Whoever you are, bros. Ghost Bravo. 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 Speaking of Bravo, yeah. Um, that's a whole entity on its own, that network. But anyway, yeah. So if you start to develop a dry eye, and you find yourself, well, just watch your diet, watch your cholesterol. Um, Also allergens. Always keep a like an eye lubricant. And what I was doing when this started was because, well, they have eye drops for it, but like everything is like super super expensive. And then certain stuff like, well, the BS game that they play. Oh no, the insurance doesn't cover it. And well, this little bottle of eye drops is going to cost you $65 on 65 scratches up your what ski, because I ain't giving you $65 for you know um 0.2 ounces. Now come on, people. So as an alternate to that, what I was doing, because I know science, glycerin. vegetable glycerin, vegetable glycerin diluted with distilled water to lubricate your eyes. And what that does, it would break up the mucus, or also a generic eye wash, um, just because insurance is about money and as well with pharmaceuticals. So, other than that, let's see what these people are saying. Who are these people? Okay. You reminded me of a Karen NGL, but not Bowen. Whatever this is. I think you, maybe you have an issue with grammatic formation, but anyway. Uh, anyway. Yeah. Oh, and then people will, I've been noticing they've been like, less views because I have Karens that like to report. Yeah, we live in this Karen society, and then when you speak truths about situations, you get little Karens that want to like, go ahead, report all you want, knock yourself out, because the truth is what the truth is, and you can't, you can't put that genie back into the bottle. Um, Speaking of which, on a news level, not putting the genie back in the bottle, well, so this temporary short-term disruption, remember? Remember Caroline Levitt, this temporary short-term disruption? Um, how much more are you spending on your expenses during this temporary short-term disruption? How much more? How much more? A lot more. So everyone, we got hoodwinked. We got not we, because I didn't vote for him, but those of you who did, y'all got played. The government plays us. Period. And I'll say this, full chested, and as I feel, as well as millions across billions across the globe, that any of the politicians here in Western society who are assigned and aligned to APAC, well, we strongly suggest you continue with your APAC affiliation, but out of politics. Okay, it's not a difficult formula to follow. You have all made enormous amounts of money from your underhanded, shady association and affiliation. So we no longer want you in any form of government that involves United States taxpayer dollars, because it is the United States of America, it is not the United States of Israeli. And for those of you who support Israeli and are still on board with this, I tell you this, and I say this full chested, every sip of life that you take that is in alignment with genocide, well, it's going to come back to you, and it's going to come back to you and everything that you do and every generation that is part of your genome. Okay, remember that. um yeah, these freaking people, and there's collateral made at the expense of human lives. And this is what we have going on now. You see what's happening in Albania? You see the citizenry of Albania? They're heated, they're friggin' on fire because Jared Kushner and Ivanka, whatever her name is, the daughter, uh, they're on this journey of speaking upon how they went there and they discovered this region. They opened up the world to this region that no one was aware of. Yeah, yeah. So for y'all who support that, you keep living your Delulu world. And for everyone else, for the humanitarians like myself, who are seated at the adult table in the world, the adult table of life, understand that your place at the children's table will stay there permanently, okay? Will stay there permanently. Because on an emotional, mental mindset, you're thinking like a little spoiled toddler to thinking that you got to grab, 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 grab. Because mommy and daddy said so. Yeah. What a disaster. What a total freaking disaster. This is the society we live in. This is this world. And again, any of y'all who are lined up and have received funding from APAC, you can APAC your way to the rest of your life, to eternity, through eternity, to be affiliated with APAC, but not in government. We don't want you in government. We do not want you in government. Okay? You have your own affiliation. Y'all can go to Epstein Island. You know, y'all can hang out in the bunker. Okay? Hang out in the bunker. Who are you? Okay, I'm looking at this. Yeah. Oh, and I'll say this for any of the Bravo people who decide to watch my channel. A lot of y'all are full of ish. A lot of y'all are full of ish. And you got people that these shows have created such bitterness and vileness with cast members, and that vileness then spreads, and then you have bloggers or content creators that they go on all this stuff, and it's such pettiness. It's just like one lady, she was bashing Kim D. This is for you, Kim D. Kim D. Porsche, DePaulo, whatever your name is, Kim. You were bashing a former cast member. You were going off about your assets and what somebody else doesn't have. Let me ask you this. You're almost 70 years old. You're my age. All right? You're 66. Haven't you passed that preliminary stage of gossiping and being vicious towards others? That's what this is what these shows are. This is what these shows are. And what they do is they grasp onto other people, and they want to get on the coattails of other people, and then you got these cast members that they're in the mix, and they just keep going with the craziness. So yeah, Bravo TV, the Bravo universe, you're on your last leg. And I just hope all of y'all who have participated in these shows, I hope y'all come to a realization to form some type of a union so that y'all can receive residuals. All right? Y'all can receive residuals. But what I'm saying is, like, the bitterness that is put out there towards cast members, towards former cast members. It's just like, it's like, where is the level of maturity? Where is the level of having a modicum of honoring one another as a human, on a human level? There is none. There is none. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, at this point in time in life, with those who any content creators who are bashing people and just being derogatory and talking ish about what you have and what they don't have, check yourself real quick, because I can tell you right now, anyone who does anything like that on a humanity level, you could not compare. Every short hair on your rear end could not compare to another person that you're knocking. All right? Remember that. Remember that. So anytime you want to have a conversation, Miss Kim DePaulo, you know how to hit me up. You can get me right on Instagram because I've messaged you. You message me back. Let's show respect for one another. Let's show respect for one another. All right? Because there's a saying in Spanish, don't fart higher than your asshole. And it's also in Arabic. Yeah? And put it in any language. It's got a zing to it. Don't bash people. Don't bash people. Have dignity and have respect. If you don't like somebody, you don't like them. Okay, I don't like you, you don't like me. I don't have to talk ish about you. It just shows, it's just like so petty. It's just like, come on, come on. But this, you know, you look at these shows, right, and you see people that have overinflated what their actual assets are to be on the show, to then be part of a show, to then contribute to get themselves, continue to get themselves into debt to be on the show. Or faking where they live to be on the show. What's the common sense in that? Here's how life works in the world where I come from. Authenticity is key. Authenticity is key. Once you show up as a fake, that's how you're going to be seen as a fake. Authenticity is key. Okay? The children's table, the freaking children's table over here. Good Lord Almighty. Like my song, petty ass bitches. Just in general, life. The people are freaking ridiculously petty. You know? Ridiculously petty. But anyway, on another subject matter, in Brookline, there was an incident of men going in the sewer. Going in the sewer, being in the sewer lines, okay, for hours upon hours, and then exiting with different attire, okay, all right. New York City DEP. As a former employee of the city of New York, yes, I worked for the New York City DEP. I worked for water supply. As a geek who has always been into knowing anything and everything because of like a military mindset, a warrior mindset, a get shit done mindset, the tunnels, okay, the waterway, the sewerway. Yeah, you better go and you better get as much freaking footage beneath all that stuff to know what the F is going on, because this sounds like a setup. Okay? A lot of y'all don't know this, but back in the late 1960s, all right, actually the early 60s, in the New York City Transit, okay, the MTA were doing experiments. They were doing experiments with different chemical components, okay? And they were using those different experimental chemical components in the subway stations in Harlem. Yeah. Like I said, I am the corruption correspondent. Yeah. So NYPD, FBI, all of you labor agents, ABC alphabet agencies, you need to make sure that these areas are safe and protected, because underneath the sewers, you got the gas lines. Right? Underneath the sewers, you got the water, you got the gas, you got the electric. Okay. So y'all are up to no good. All right? And you think that people's heads screw on, that people aren't watching. Everybody in our society at this present juncture, in the year 2026, the month of June, the day is June 4th, people are very in touch. People are watching everything, because there's no trust to be had with this blank baggery government that we have, right? Anyway, everybody, have a good day. Remember, stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated. Always do the right thing. Don't talk shit about people. Be respectful. Don't compare yourself to anybody else unless you walked in that person's shoes, okay? And if you got nothing nice to say, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Do your monologue in front of the people who share your same monologity, all right? And keep it moving. Everybody, have a great day. Stay safe, stay well. And remember, for the government, petty ass bitches! Oh, God. I'll be back. Oh, another thing I'm going to say. Some lady tried to use, she was using my email address. She's been reported. She's been reported. I was getting all this notification repeated for about 6 months. 6 months. Notifications for more. You got a home, you got an equity line of credit for X amount of dollars. You got an equity line of credit from this institution for X amount of dollars. We're calling to confirm. Yeah. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Cannot make it up. What are these people saying? Cannot make it up. What is this? Justice? I gotta see your channel. Let me see your channel. Hello. I don't know who you are. I gotta see your channel. Let me see. Alright. I don't know who these people are. Anyway, everybody, I'll be back. Always do the right thing and be respectful. Because if you can't be, and if you don't have something positive to say, keep your freaking mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Okay? Till next time.